So let's look at the cover letter format. How do you need to structure the cover letter that you're writing? Well, first of all, let's acknowledge that, of course, the paper version of a cover letter is, well, virtually extinct now. More commonly, you are formatting an email or creating an email. But the most important information that goes into the first part of a cover letter is, of course, your basic contact details. And this usually includes your name, your address, your telephone number, and/or email address. Of course, you need to include the date, and be very careful here to make sure that the date format is something that's recognizable. We recommend that you use the written form of the month so that there's no confusion between May being 5 or 4 being April, whatever the case is. Make sure the date is clear. And of course, the contact information, email address, and perhaps other bit of information for the person who you are sending the letter or the email to. Next, and most importantly, of course, is the written composition of the cover letter. And really the most ideal format for this is very simply an opening salutation, 3 or 4 very quick paragraphs, and a closing salutation. So let's make sure that all of these sections are clear, and let's take a look at first the opening salutation. Here, it's most common, if you know the person's name, and you should, to identify or to greet them in the form of Dear Mr., Ms., Doctor, and whatever their last name is. Only use Dear Sir or Madam if you don't know the person's name. And hopefully that is not the case, because the most important thing for you to make sure that you are doing is getting your CV in the hands of a person that you somehow know or have a connection with. Next, let's look at the opening paragraph. What are you supposed to do in the opening paragraph? Well, of course, you need to get the reader's attention. You need to pull them in, clearly identifying the purpose, the reason that you're writing, and how you're going to get their attention is going to be done in the following ways. Number 1, state the position that you are applying for. An example: I'm submitting my application for the digital media director. Now, as I give you some more examples here, I want you to pay attention to the pronunciation. I'm applying for the position of regional projects coordinator. I wish to apply for the newly announced job in your marketing department of foreign markets analyst. I'm very interested in the web content specialist position. The next thing you need to do in the very first paragraph is to explain how you found out about the position. For example, thanks to a friend and current employee of yours, I was informed of the position opening. Another example, I was referred to you through a contact at a conference on international legal affairs who recommended that I contact you. Or, I discovered the position announcement on monster.com, but I had also heard talk that the macro marketing company was looking for new talent. You also need to explain why you're interested in the position. For example, I'm interested in working in this job because it appears to be a good match for my skills. Or, I believe I have an ideal skill set to offer to the company through this job position. Or how about this one? The position attracts me as a challenge to grow professionally while offering 10 years of experience. These are some examples explaining your interest, but you really need to get the attention of the reader a little bit more. Here's some examples of how you can do that. I'm applying for the position of account manager, which I found as the most intriguing job I've seen in the 2 months of my job search. They say opportunity comes to those who search for them. At least that is what I was thinking when I learned of your position opening for operations manager at Micro Marketing.
Hi, my name is Matthias, and today we're going to be talking about false friends. Now, false friends are those vocabulary terms that are dangerous to use because you will misuse them. Because native speakers may understand something completely different very often, and it's really embarrassing to use the wrong term. For example, let's look at a scenario here, a context. It's winter, and everybody's feeling ill, everybody's feeling sick, and you have a cold. You have a cold. And you come into work and your colleagues are asking you, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? You say, hey, guys, I'm sorry, I'm constipated. And the reaction that you expected from your friends and your colleagues was this, oh, I'm so sorry, here, take it easy. No, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to laugh. They're going to start laughing. If you tell them that you are constipated, they're going to start laughing because constipated in English has a very different meaning. Constipated happens in the bowel area. Yeah, this is a very, very different meaning. I'm sure you understand what I mean. So we don't say constipated in English. We say you have a cold. Okay? If you are constipated here and not here, you say you have a cold. Okay, so be very careful. It's a very good word to know. Okay? So watch out when you are constipated and when you have a flu.
Hi, I'm Anna Collins, and it's time for a common mistake. The common mistake today is to pass time. Sometimes people ask me where I passed my holidays, or how do I pass my spare time? This doesn't sound right to me because in English we use a different verb. We don't pass time, we spend time. So the correct question would be, where did you spend your holidays? I spent my holidays in Italy. I wouldn't say I passed my holidays. I spent them in Italy. Or you would say, how do you spend your free time? Not how do you pass your free time. I spend my free time going to the cinema, going running, jogging. I spend my time, my free time doing things like that. You can, in English, say pass the time, but this is different. I'll tell you when we use it. Whilst I was waiting for the aeroplane, I passed the time reading a magazine. It's when you're waiting for something or you have nothing to do and you need the time to go and you pass the time doing something. In the doctor's, whilst you're waiting for your appointment, you pass the time generally reading a magazine. But it's different. You spend time but pass the time. But know the difference and don't get them confused.